can't see me. Still walking down the trail. How long did they say this trail was?
1.7 miles.
1.7 miles. See if I can get some of the brood behind me.
Hello, YouTube.
Right on. There they are.
Oh, don't put me.
I don't know.
I don't want it.
Oh, it's okay.
The boys will face out.
What's she gonna do? Get me for copyright? Anyway, there's the lake down there.
Oh, look, the lake.
We're starting to see some lake.
Oh, let's go around the lake.
Yeah. Again, I just have to say it again. This is this sure is bondage. Keeping the feast of Yah, keeping the Torah of Yah. We're in bad shape. You can tell we're just in bondage out here, just suffering. And I feel bad for the people that feel bad for the ones that feel that way, that feel like they somehow what the Messiah did on the cross freed them from the Most High's Torah. That they feel like that is bondage, when he tells you that his Torah is a Torah of liberty. And the Messiah says, and he's speaking about the same Torah, by the way, when the Messiah says this in the New Testament, my yoke is easy and my burden is light. That's because it's not too difficult to keep the Ten Commandments. It's not too difficult to keep the feast days. It's not too difficult to keep the Sabbath day. If you've got problems with that, you got problems. So, you know, it just burns my biscuit sometimes when I hear these cats on the other side that don't even realize what they're in is the issue. Seen a post the other day, or was told about a post the other day about a guy talking about, 15 people got saved around him when he went and spoke somewhere. Did they? Because no, what they did was they achieved what's called mental ascension. They achieved what's called mental ascension, and they're in no better shape than they were when they started. Probably going to be in worse shape, because what they're going to get taught from here on out is they think that they're saved. They think that they've came to the cross, and they think that they've done the work and it's over and they're done and they got their ticket. What they got, they didn't even get fire insurance. And that's what a lot of people out here who don't want to do the other part of the faith, which is the obedience part, because they want this thing to be all about them. The Messiah did everything, and they don't have to do anything. And that's just not the way it works. Sorry. But, these people, there's a lot of people walking around that they think they've got fire insurance, is basically what they think. They think they got a ticket to stay out of hell. When maybe they did. I don't know, because, he said, those who break the Torah and teach others to break the Torah will be least in the kingdom. Well, there's a gate to that kingdom, and if you'll read who's outside the gate, there's going to be people outside the gate. So, yeah, maybe it got you fire insurance. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if it did or not, because in John, the Messiah says, many's going to come saying, didn't we do all these wonderful things in your name, like cast out demons in your name, heal the sick in your name, and did all these wonderful things in your name. And the Messiah's going to tell, and you can't do those things without belief. You can't do those things without faith. Casting out devils, because there's power in his name. So yeah, it's kind of like the 10 virgins, the 5 wise and the 5 foolish. The 5 foolish had the belief. So maybe they could do all these things. But what does the Messiah say in the next line in John? After they say, we did all these wonderful works in your name, Messiah. And he says, depart from me. I never knew you, you workers of Torahlessness. Or depending on the version of the Bible you get. If it's the King James, I think it says iniquity to kind of throw you off. Iniquity just means Torahlessness. It means, iniquity means intentional. Intentional law breaking is what iniquity means. And, but in the scriptures, in the Sefer, in the book of Yahweh, in all of those that are closer to the Hebrew translation, they all say lawlessness or Torahlessness. And that's what iniquity means. So, I don't know, just a little just something for the Shabbat, because we're going to be sitting down. We're going to do a little reading with the family after we do this. I just wanted to keep on posting through Sukkot, try to drop some nuggets here and there. Again, it's all for edifying and building up. It's not for tearing down, because I'm going to tell you, man, I'm just going to be as honest as I can. I feel for a lot of my Christian brothers and sisters, and when I say Christian, I'm a follower of Christ. Christianity is it's a religion, and it's a religion that the Messiah didn't come to start. Read the book. Understand the old covenant so that you can understand the new covenant, and it's not a new covenant, it's a renewed covenant, renewed with the same Torah, same principles. He says, I'm going to write my laws in your heart. Meaning those commandments are going off the stone into your heart. It's internalized, or it should be. So if you thinking that because you said some prayer and you've got some mental ascension that, let me put it in your terms, or in the Sunday terms, you've got a mental ascension that Jesus is the Christ and that he died on the cross. Yeah, that's great, that's good, but that's only a mental ascension if you're not learning the other half of the belief. I saw a great teaching yesterday. The dude, I've listened to him as long as I've been in this thing. He's the first guy I ever got lined up with after I started reading my Bible. And again, I'm kind of weary about throwing names out there about other people, because I just don't know how these things work on YouTube yet, on these YouTube streets, as they say. Hold on, Lucas. We got about to have a wreck here with the dogs. Go over me, Lucas. Okay, get him. We about lost one. Thank you, buddy. Dogs got tangled up, sorry. The pastor said there's a difference between belief and convictions. And at first I was like, wow, whoa, what are you talking about? And he went on and he said, your belief can waver when you're if you get under some pressure. Let's say you've got a good, strong belief in that. But let's say your work or this world causes you in some way to have to choose between that belief system that you're in and what they want you to do. Whatever that may be, because, Paul talks about it. Hold up, Tim. You all tangled up. Paul talks about it. He talks about the people that are over you, the powers that are over you in this world, and that's what he's talking about. He's talking about, like governors, politicians, things like that, presidents, your boss at work, because that's your livelihood, that's how you make your money or whatever to get by in this beast system, at least for a little while longer, because I hate to tell you, if you're a true believer, that's going away. Another teaching for another time. But he says that we are to obey them until they try to cause you to disobey the commands of the Most High. Well, let's say just like your job. Let's say you got a job and you've got a conviction, not a belief. They try to make you work on the Sabbath. No, I can't do that. Well, you might get wrote up, you might get reprimanded, you might get fired. But you make that stand for the Most High and you'll be rewarded. Yeah, you might lose that job, but watch, you probably get a better job because you're obedient. You had a conviction. You didn't just have a little belief system. And I just thought that was great the way he said that. And the things that this man went through, this is military stuff that he went through, and he won. Because he was convicted and he stood on his convictions and he would not allow them to move him. So that's why I say I feel sorry for the people that's in the... I do feel sorry for you, because you're missing out on a lot. Having a mental ascension that Jesus is the Christ and then living like this world, you don't have what you think you have. And it's going to... You might just be one of the ones getting the... Didn't I do all these great things in your name, Messiah? And he's going to say, depart from me, I never knew you. Because in John's epistles, 1 John, John says, this is how we know that we know him. And he's talking about the Messiah. This is how we know that we know him. That we keep his commandments, and his commandments aren't grievous. That's how you know him. Not only do you know him, but he knows you. See, this is a relationship. He don't know you if you ain't keeping his commandments, because he ain't paying you no attention. He's not paying you a bit of attention, because everything that you're doing is in vain. Because he says, come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. You got to go this way. He says, in vain do you worship me, holding fast to your traditions of men and making void the law of the Most High. Looks like I'm going to have to get out of here. We got a tree down on the trail, and we might have to do something here. But Shabbat Shalom. We'll holler at you later. Love you.